Memphis basketball player Jonathan Lawson is reportedly entering the transfer portal. Another Lawson out the door.
I mean, this happens. I feel like we get one of these every year at this point.
This is I don't love this.
No, I was excited about Jonathan and Chandler next season.
You know, the problem, and I talked about this during the season, I never thought he played enough. And trust me, if I didn't think he played enough, he didn't think he played enough.
Right.
He only averaged 15.7 minutes per game. Ranked 10th on the team. He was 10th on the team in minutes played despite shooting 41.3% from three-point range. A team that badly needed more shooting had a above 40% three-point shooter basically sitting on the bench for 25 minutes per game. And this is where, and I understand, like if you're a coach like Penny Hardaway, you're trying to win every game you play in that moment. And clearly Penny and that staff decided that they were more likely to win without Jonathan Lawson being a big part of it than the alternative. Now, reasonable minds can disagree on that. But what you can't disagree on is this. You have to sometimes, as a coach, do things to set yourself up for the next season. And when you bury a local guy on the bench who thinks he should be playing more, well, then you're at risk of damaging that relationship and having them enter the portal to see if they can find a place that makes more basketball sense for them. I'm sure Jonathan's heart is still in Memphis, but he's a basketball player. He wants to play. And I'm sure in the recruiting process, he was told, you'll have an opportunity. And then he redshirted. And then I'm sure during that year, he was told, you'll have an opportunity. And then you sit through your entire first season and you barely play. And this isn't like Monday morning quarterback. And I said in real time, I don't know why that guy doesn't play more. He's a perimeter-oriented player with length who can reliably make shots. I don't have to revisit the Alex Lomax situation, but I just fundamentally don't believe that Alex Lomax should be playing 27.6 minutes per game and Jonathan Lawson 15.7. And maybe Alex does give you more on the defensive end of the court. Maybe he does. In fact, for the sake of the conversation, let's just say that he does. But he gives you nothing on offense. And Jonathan Lawson could have at least been a shooter on the court to create space for others. More important than that, you could have kept him happy by playing him more.
Right.
Because even if you didn't think you needed him this past season, you probably did need him for next season, especially when it appears that Mikey Williams is probably not going to be a part of this program. So this isn't devastating. I mean, it's Jonathan Lawson. It's not, an All-American who has entered the transfer portal. But he is a useful piece. I thought he should have been a bigger
He's
part.
He's a veteran on your team.
I thought he should have been a bigger part of what they did this past season.
Yeah.
And he was undeniably going to be a bigger part of what they were trying to do next season for a variety of reasons. And now, again, reportedly, he is in the transfer portal.
That's kind of interesting too, because you mentioned like the opportunity is. I wonder if there's something on the horizon here, like as far as a recruit he's about to bring in, because or a transfer he's about to bring in, because the opportunity was going to be there. I mean, the whole team was gone from last season, and Jonathan and Chandler Lawson are like two of the remaining guys.
Yeah, but I think sometimes also, once you, and I'm not privy to those conversations, but I'm assuming that in the recruiting process, he's told you're going to matter here. We need you, and then you don't play, and then in that year where you're not playing, I'm assuming you're told that the reason you're redshirting is to get stronger, develop skills, and then boy, we're going to need you, and then they just don't need. At some point, it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. You're just like, yo, man, I don't believe it anymore. Like I've been here multiple years, and I'm not getting what I was told I was going to get. Now it's time to go. So hopefully he finds a new home and flourishes, and hopefully Memphis is able to find somebody in the transfer portal who can fill whatever role Jonathan Lawson was expected to fill. But just broadly speaking, I don't think this is a good development for the Memphis program. There are some Tigers who enter the transfer portal, and I go, it probably should have never been on the campus anyway. With Jonathan Lawson, he had a chance to be helpful.
Yeah.
A local kid who had a chance to be a part of winning in a significant way moving forward, and now it appears that's just not going to be his reality.